Hello, this is Kevin with the Healthy Omnivore, and today we're on day 5 of the 7-day healthcare e-course, and we're still in that short little series of exercise progression. We've actually already done the pull, we've done the push, and now we're going to do the squat. It's really important that you understand that you cannot just keep doing the same move over and over if your body's adapted to it. You're either getting worse or you're getting better. There's never staying in the same place. So, if you just think, hey, I squat halfway down, I work my legs by walking around the block a couple times, I'm sorry, that just isn't going to cut it. Your body adapts and you actually move back into what I'd call a decline. So, this doesn't have to get overly difficult. But you do need to understand that you need to push yourself a little bit. And personally, I don't think you should use age as an excuse. And if you have people around you that are telling you that, oh, you're getting old, and I almost want to say find new friends and family, but just take it for what it's worth. If you say you can't, guess what? 100% of the time, you're going to be right. Now, you can say you won't, but be fair to yourself. Say you won't. Don't say you can't. Because once you say you can't, you'll be right 100% of the time. So let's talk about squatting. We've talked about the full squat. All right? That would be my goal, that you could actually add this to one of your yoga moves where you actually do the full body squat. Because this is the way we used to actually sit. This is the way we used to converse. This is the way some cultures still eat and dine together and commune in this position here. So to do this, not only is that a strength thing, but it's also a range of motion thing and what's going on with actually flexibility and tension on specific muscles around specific joints. So I would love for you to be able to do that. I'd love for you to be able to get that kind of depth even when you do just a squat, not moving any weight, but just doing a squat, because it's good for so many things. It's good for hit so many different muscle groups, cardiovascular, great for your getting blood flow into your spine. It's good for your digestive system. Put your colon in a different position, actually a better position. It's pretty much endless. Plus, it's really a position we should be able to hit and hold. So let's go ahead and start with the squat. Some of this will be review. Remember, to get your body in the proper position, when you move this big bone away from the body, that toe is going to have to rotate out with that femur, okay? When you go down, you're actually going to have that toe over the second and third toe, or at least in that specific area. And you're going to be a squatter from the hip, not the knee. So your first movement is here. See that? Back. And to give yourself balance, you're here. When you finish, I want this perfect posture here at the top every single time. From the side. Okay, now, if you can't get that, you want to squat. You don't just say, oh, I can't get the full range, so I'm not going to squat. You want to squat. Some people are teaching people to do squatting off a wall. I think that's a mistake, because when you do that, say your knee and your foot are way forward. You're not going to ever move like that. That's what, if you've seen a Smith machine in a gym, everybody thought that was a great idea. You put your feet way out in the front. Problem is, it's not functional. Second of all, it's really tough on your knee joint. The reason for that is that if you try to squat with your feet forward, the hamstring disengages and it just puts more pressure on the knee joint as far as the ligaments are concerned. You're going to get more quad work there, but you want to be a hip squatter, not a knee squatter. So personally, I would recommend that if you need to hold on to something when you squat, to guide you on the way down, to help you on the way up, I would rather go with that instead. We talked about the straps. Maybe work on your squatting, work on your technique with a little bit of guidance and help, assistance with the straps. Yes. If you don't have anything like that, You just keep working on your squatting. If you can't get any deeper than this, that's okay. That's where you are. You just keep working those glutes. Okay? Now, one thing I said when we were talking about exercise progression, there are numerous ways that you can make an exercise more difficult. This would be the easiest. This would be the second easiest. And this would be the most difficult. All right? Just within that move right there. So that's exercise progression just in that specific move right there. We also talked about range of motion. That's exercise progression. If you can't get the full squat, you go half. You do what your body will allow you to do. You can get 2/3, 3/4, 4/5. Keep getting more range of motion. And unless you have a doctor who says you're just going to blow your knee out, or you don't have a knee to squat that deep, and even then, I'd get a second opinion. But we need to be able to squat that deep. I'm not asking you to pull more than your body weight out of the bottom. Now, obviously, I weigh 260. There's probably some people that might be looking at this video that weigh 364, and that might be a different story because you have more body weight to move. But it's okay. Make your body move 300 to 400 pounds from here to here, from here to here, over and over. Make that glute be the monster muscle it's supposed to be. Like I said, in our family, we have no butt. If I don't squat and lunge, we have no butt. I'd have no butt. I'd be the belt guy because my jeans would be like to here. All right? Because I had nothing to hold them up. So that's why I'm like a big fan of the squat and the lunge move. So let's say you get that down. Hey, Kevin, I'm getting good 20 squats. Deep, feeling good, moving good. Okay, I'd add the pulse lunge. Now, the focus is always the glute, all right? And the key here is that now you're doing a one-legged squat with assistance. I like to keep the body straight up, and to do that, you need to make sure that this back leg is pretty much dropping straight down. Too many people try to lunge with this back leg too far back, and when they drop, it tightens up and twists them. Okay? You don't want that. I want this spine in perfect position. I don't want any movement of the pelvis either. Easiest move would be here with the arms forward. So eyes straight ahead, core tight, I drop straight down, I load this glute, boom. Okay? Got it? And then you would just switch. Go to the other side. It's all about the glute. Now, to make it more difficult, you could do a set, go to here, go to here. Once you can do your 20 reps, here, you can go to the next move, all right? That's going to be the back lunge. When you step back, don't try to get too linear. Keep your feet at least hip width, if not a little bit wider, okay? Don't get real linear where you're going to have an issue with your balance. I'll start with my hands on the side here. But the mechanics are exactly the same. Step back, I drop down, pull forward. I'm not pushing, I'm pulling. Muscles pull. The glute is the primary muscle we're trying to work here. Explode. Boom. All right? Now, here's a good question. Should you alternate? I don't think you should alternate. What I would do is you want to wear your glute out. So, if you're alternating, that might be nice if you're going cardiovascular, but if you're trying to really hit the glute, what you want to do is you want to stay on that muscle and hit it over and over and over and over. Not that quick, obviously. But you want to keep tension on the muscle. If you're alternating, you're letting one side rest, the other side works. One side rests, the other side works. But to reach your goals, and you want to add a little hypertrophy and put a little mass back here, or just at least shape it up a little bit, I'd stay with the same side. So you go, okay, this time I'm going to see if I can get 12. So you try to get 12, then you get fatigued, go to the other side, hit 12. All right? Okay, so that's the back. Now the front, which is like my favorite. I like the front. Seems a little bit more difficult to catch your balance when you step forward, which makes it a little bit more difficult. And then the firing out of the bottom, you're just getting a little bit more, in my opinion, than you do with the back lunge. Okay, so everything's the same. Step forward. Stay over your body, over your hips. Your hips will actually drop straight down. Okay, you're loading here, boom, back. All right, we'll go with the difficult one. No hurry. Drop straight down, explode. All right, and then you would change. That makes sense? Okay, say, oh, that's so easy, Kevin. I can do that all day long. I can do 20 of those each side. You may want to try more of a plyometric or a move where you actually add a hopping component. Now this is more cardiovascular and it can be a little bit more stressful to the joints, but if you want to take it to the next level, you could actually add something like this. And then you're here, but see how controlled that is? Has to be controlled. If you can't go from that lunge to the next hopping lunge and be under control, you need to master that lunge a little bit more. All right, the front lunge. So obviously there's tons of moves that you can do that have to do with one leg, unilateral training versus bilateral training. And I can introduce you to all those. But anyway, that was just kind of a basic, informative session on exercise progression from the basic free squat, body squat, to 4 different lunging moves, including more of a plyometric hopping type of lunge. So anyway, once again, if you have any questions, please make a comment in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And wow, we're almost done. Only a couple more days. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you later. Thank you.